All right, welcome, folks. It is 10 a.m. and we are here to talk about Virginia um, compliance. And
Six people.
so let me share my screen real quick. We'll go through a brief discussion and then we will
Teddy.
have an open chat. If you could mute yourself unless you're speaking, unless you want to actually speak, that would be great, so we can move along. All right, the content of this presentation is public information in Virginia is accessible by anyone. One title of this presentation might be, if you don't want your dirty laundry to be spread out for the world to see. All right, so the sellers list their properties for sale and expect that it will be shown for that purpose, not for the agent's own curiosities, entertainment, or personal needs. In this case, Holt is the seller and Cole is the respondent agent, the agent that is being complained about. So we're going to go ahead and move on down. All right, here's actual text of the complaint. We're going to just focus on the stuff in the boxes. So the subject property has a sign in the front yard advertising a home security system. The system includes a camera located in the main floor back entrance, which shows a view of the kitchen. Neither Holt, the owner, nor her husband were at the subject property during Cole's preview appointment. After Cole's appointment at the subject property, they reviewed Cole's activity from the security footage. They were very upset to discover that Cole rifled through the medicine cabinet in the kitchen. Holt stated the narrow cabinet in the left of the sink was the medicine cabinet. Nothing appeared to be taken from the subject property, so they did not file a criminal complaint against the Cole, but they immediately reported the incident to Fox, the listing agent. On or about the week of September 29th, Holt, the owner again, had several conversations with Cole's immediate Long and Foster supervisor. And Marsh explained to Holt that Cole and Cole's girlfriend were looking at remodel for their kitchen, and Cole was searching for the manufacturer's information inside the cabinet. Marsh told Holt, this is getting to be a tongue twister, that Cole had been with Long and Foster for 10 years, was a nice guy, and since nothing like this had ever happened before, no disciplinary action would be taken against him. A review of the first video clip revealed Cole entering the kitchen and stopped to look over at the family room before moving over to the kitchen cabinets. Cole quickly opened the doors to the first two sets of cabinets and briefly glanced inside. Upon opening the narrow cabinet to the left of the sink, Cole put down his notebook and leaned into the cabinet, reaching in with his hands and went through the items in each shelf of the cabinet for approximately 50 seconds. Cole then closed the cabinet door and resumed looking at the remaining kitchen cabinets prior to leaving the kitchen. A review of the second video clip revealed Cole in the kitchen at the subject property. Cole took out his cellular phone and appeared to be taking pictures or video of the interior of several kitchen cabinets. He also spent more time looking into the narrow medicine cabinet. Note here that Sarah Petcher represented Cole in the hearing here. So you know this is a real situation. She made a presentation to the hearing committee for the real estate commission, and her work had a result in this. So on September 29th, Holt received an email from Marsh, which stated that her complaint was provided to the president CEO of Long and Foster. On or about October 11th, 2017, Foster contacted Holt and explained that Cole's actions were not up to Long and Foster's standards, but no further action would be taken against Cole. However, Cole was warned that if another complaint surfaced about his improper behavior, Long and Foster would terminate the association with Cole. On December 2018, Foster stated to investigator McFadden, who's the representative for the Real Estate Commission, that since his last conversation with Holt, Cole's association with Long and Foster had been terminated. He explained that since Holt's complaint did not allege that anything was stolen by Cole, Long and Foster did not terminate Cole at the time. However, Cole was told that Long and Foster was implementing a zero tolerance policy, and any future complaints or allegations would result in Cole's termination. On or about March, April 2018, a third complaint surfaced wherein Cole was discovered going through a cabinet by a child or someone in a home at the time the property was listed. Cole was fired from Long and Foster. Foster stated he never had any proof that Cole had stolen any medication. However, Cole had been warned that a future complaint would result in termination. On December 21st, 2018, Cole stated to the investigator McFadden he had no specific memory of viewing the subject property because there was a good chance that he was intoxicated at the time. He does not remember putting his hand in Colt's kitchen cabinet, but if he did, that action would not be the most appropriate action. Cole stated that he is a recovering alcoholic and has been sober for the past 12 months. Holt's complaint and his subsequent termination from Long and Foster were the culminating events that led to his diagnosis and general anxiety. He did not recall any other improper incidents that led to his termination from Long and Foster, and he stated he does not have any past or current criminal convictions. Cole's actions of utilizing his Sentry card to access the subject property and search through the homeowner's medicine cabinet provide different explanations for his behavior to his supervisor, attorney, and the board's agent, and then admitting that he may have been intoxicated at the time constitutes improper, fraudulent, and dishonest conduct. So the board convened, and as you can see here, his total of fines were really, really minuscule. So Sarah Petcher did a really good job at defending him. And so what this brings to mind is that though the penalties for his conduct were not monetarily significant, what really is significant is that it really besmirched his name and it besmirched the name of Long and Foster in the consumer's eye. And all of this information that we just read is public information and is accessible by anybody searching on the internet if they know where to look. So if you want to go ahead and look at the activity, so if we were to go ahead and search in the license lookup portal for DPOR, and you search the Gage Cole's name, this is what you come up with. You have his license number, you have his title, and you have a file ID. If you've got a file ID, most people will not have a file ID because there is no complaint history. But once you have a complaint history with you, it stays with you forever. So the fact that he's got a complaint in here is going to be something that pops up. And if you go ahead and click yourself and follow that link, if you follow the link here, it brings you to all the documents we just saw above here. So the point of all this is if you don't want your dirty laundry hanging out in public information, in public spaces, don't conduct yourself to get yourself exposed to it. And not only does your behavior in your activities while we are in our daily functions have a bearing on yourself, but it also has a bearing on the brokerage and the supervising brokers and the principal brokers there. So your brokers have got a vested interest in your conduct. So that's why we do these trainings. And so I'd like to just open it up if anybody's got some comments, thoughts, or things to be concerned about. Anybody want to bring anything up on this? Nobody? Andrew, you got anything?
No, I like that this one was a real scenario with people that we actually know. I think that helps this particular one resonate. And being that we also have had to go through this ourselves with some of our agents during our tenure, it all rings very true. So I like that these are short and to the point. And if no one has any questions, I understand that too. But this is great. Thanks, Daniel.
You bet. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Make some money.
Let's do it.